Hello and welcome eventually to some Dyson Sphere Program. But I thought I'd pop this up to start with, but then I remembered, just as I was clicking the button, this is the schedule for this week, so we're on Monday. But I should have updated it to next week. Whoops. I'm still new to this, so there we go. Right, yes, so today's stream Dyson Sphere Program, continuing on from where we were. This is where you can find me. Can't do... Oh, I haven't got a cursor on that, have I? That's the point. This is where you can find me. Obviously Twitch, YouTube and Twitter. Trismegistus, but alias to Triggles. So let's get Dyson Sphere Program up and running. Or switched on. I will be totally honest, I completely lost track of time today. And only realised about 10 minutes before... No, 20 minutes before the stream that I was supposed to be streaming again. Partly, I think it's because obviously I streamed this on Friday. So in my head, the Dyson Sphere Program stream was done for the week. My head's often wrong. Right, so I did do a little bit of messing about, but nothing... Oh, and then it tanks. I think I've figured out what's the problem, and it's not something I'm going to be able to fix in terms of the frame rate on this game. It's basically the game has reached a sufficient scale with, in particular, enough transport belts and drones that it's basically hammering my CPU. And although the thing says that CPU usage is small, that's because it's not reporting the full CPU usage, it's reporting its own CPU usage. So basically, my CPU is just absolutely getting hammered by this, and it's a very old CPU. It's why I want to get a new PC, because it's extremely old, my machine. Or my CPU is, anyway. So yes, there's not going to be a lot I can do about that. I could turn graphic settings down, but as I say, it's not that. It's the amount of stuff happening. You know, it's the amount of stuff on belts, basically, that's killing it. So it is what it is, really. What did I actually do? So basically, I've not done a lot. What I've done is started adding on extra stuff. So literally, all I've built is this. Oh, no, that's not quite true. I did go on the other planet and build a bit of iron and fill. What I was really doing was filling about with some settings, because although I've been going on about hub and spoke, I've not really done that. You know, this is requesting from everywhere, basically. And I've done that all over the place. And that's not hub and spoke. So I kind of need to do that. But I've got to a point where I'm like... we need to scale up. That's the key thing. We need to scale up. But to scale up, we need stuff. So I need belts and inserters and all that sort of stuff. And they need to be available wherever I go. So if I decide we're going to go to... I can't remember who it was, but somebody suggested going to a Type O, or building Dyson Sphere on a Type O planet, around a Type O sun, because it's much more productive in terms of energy output. But if we want to do that, we've got to get all the stuff over there to build. We could obviously set stuff up locally. But, you know, I think it's better just to use this planet and system to build stuff. And even if I don't do that, we need loads of stuff. You know, we need all of the things, basically. So that's what I did. Started this, but as I say, I've mostly been fiddling about working out how I'm going to do this hub and spoke. That feels like an off-stream project, basically. But basically, I need to either decide, am I going to mine everything, you know, sort of here? Like this copper? Am I going to mine this copper? Am I going to process it here? Or am I going to, as in process it and turn it into copper ingots here? And then make them available everywhere? Or am I going to just send the copper to another planet? Because there is obviously a copper planet with lots of copper on it. So we could send it all there. Have all of our copper processing now. And that gives me more space. You know, I'm both exploiting all of the system, all of the planet, because we've got loads of resources I've not tapped. And like, you know, is this not a bit of a waste of space for this planet? If I'm going to make all of the end level technologies here, I need more space, basically. And obviously all of the organic, oil-based stuff, basically. But yeah, so to do all that, I need things, basically. That's sort of the loop we're sort of trapped in. So we need to break out that loop. So basically we need to make... we need to make all of these things. So I've made belts a couple of streams ago. I made these sorters off stream, between streams. It's almost identical. There's just like one different... That's why I did it, basically, because there's one different like product, basically, that, you know, this is slightly higher. Well, basically, this is what I need to make all of them, and this is what I need to make of these. So it's very, very similar. Right. So that's that. What should we make next? That's the question. So we know there's a level 3 assembly machine. We could research that and set up the production, but I seem to remember it uses like quantum chips and stuff, and I'd rather those being used in the thing. And we can always add that on. It's always the same thing, you know. It's like you take the lower level one, add some materials to it, and make the high level one. So, and for that one in particular, you notice it's got 5 ingredients between the two of them. So you've got the iron plates, gear wheels, and circuits, and then it's graphite or graphene or whatever it calls it, and the microchip. So we would need to add on an extra thing anyway. What I would probably do is get this one to do it. So we can use the same sort of structure, and because we might as well make assembly machines first. What I'll then do, because apparently level 2 miners are being added, so that might be a kink. But the high level smelter, you need to exploit. You need unipolar magnets, they're called. So, you know, we can plan not to have them, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that it doesn't upgrade. So that's an upgrade chain. So we'll do that, and you've got to have them as well, energy exchanges, to get them. Once we got them, then we can stick them on the gas giant. So it's all sort of a virtuous circle. But there's lots of stuff that it's only really these that are upgrades, and as I say, them, and then everything else is like one of a kind. You know, so your mini fusion plants don't use thermal power plants. You know, so you know, we can just make basically all of these that we want. You know, I don't think we'll make storage because I've got so many storage chests, and these are effectively giant storage chests. In fact, they're more useful storage chests. Because you can access them from anywhere on the planet, basically. So, you know, do I make matrix labs? Probably not. But, you know, the miniature particle colliders I probably won't make, but ray receivers, EM rail ejectors probably will, because they're just so slow, so material heavy. But maybe not. I don't know. We need to work that out. So, splitters. I think I'll hand make any splitters that I need. But we'll make these first, basically. Is there any overlap with materials? Could I add in... Because the thing is, that's already 5 between them. But is that also... Yeah, it's different material set, isn't it? What about those two? Those two are pretty much common. And I could probably add one of those in. No, it requires motors. Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. So let's do assembly machines. And set it up in such a way that we can add on... This I'm just going to have to redo at some point, basically. Because it's not practical to have it go through the middle here, basically. Right, so let's see how... So if that's there... So it's something like that, isn't it? Yeah, apologies if I'm a bit flustered. It's basically, as I say, I was a bit sort of... I completely lost track of time today. Been a bit of a... Oh, it's got all the stuff on. Bit of a weird day from that point of view. But yeah, so basically, same sort of idea. I will probably put the level ones in the thing, because all of my blueprints have them on, and there doesn't appear to be a convenient way to upgrade blueprints that I can work out. What do I actually need? So we need iron plate, gear wheels, and cogs. So we need iron plate, gear wheels. What? Iron plate, gear. Oh, circuits. And then we need whatever it calls that, graphene, and the processor. So what ratios have we got? 4, 8, 4, so quite a few, but 8 is the gears. So, oops, excuse me. If we take gears out of there, and then, oops, that one. Is it going to be better? Because it's 1-to-1 with these. We're going to need to leave some room, I think. Yeah, it's 1-to-1, and I'm pretty sure the next one is you don't need 2 assembly machine 2s, and even if you do, I'm not too fussed about, you know, doing the overcompensation that I've done. Okay, so a bit of a space there. But what I'm wondering is, do I bring these out the back here? So the circuits, for example. And then we could put the assembly machine 1s on there. So we do want 2. It's too close, isn't it? What have I done power-wise here? So I've done it after the first one, haven't I? Yeah, that's too close then. So we need a gap to actually put the power pole in. Yeah. So these are going to do level 1. And the output on there, so I need to extend that a bit. So output's on that one. Or maybe, no, maybe it's better if I... No, that's better, because I can then put a machine to make level 2s on this one. And we can potentially... What does it need? It's the graphene. So it's 8 and 4. So ideally that one needs to be... was it 8 graphenes? I think, oh. There? Is it 8 of them? Yeah. And then 4 of them, so we can put them there. Yeah, okay. That should work. Let's get some inserters on this. So, there. Whoops. Copy that over. And then you want these. Oh, you need an output as well, don't you? We could put the... Because what I've been doing here is sort of putting them in there, haven't I? So if, for example, we did want to, you know, have an extra chain for the level 3s, or extra machine each for the level 3s, and that would have to be there, except it wouldn't, because the power pole would need to be in the middle somewhere, probably. So then it's there. And that's it. So what we could do, we could have it, excuse me, in there, like that, and then that's a there. So this would be the third, you know, third one there, for example. Level 3 rather there. And then we want room for a machine. Oops, room for a power pole. So we'll probably end up having to spaghetti it round, but that's why I always leave this little gap at the end. So that's the level... level 2 one, isn't it? Yeah. And that's the level 1. So if we did put that there, we'd actually probably need to move it back a bit. Like that. So say in theory that's level 3. Oh, and also it's coming out of the other, you know, I'm using another one of these. If and when we want to make those. So we could put that there. And then this would be the level 3 machine output. Would another one fit in there? Or have I messed that up? It would, because of the weird effect of the whatever you call them, you know, the lines. So yeah, we won't connect that up at all, but we'll leave a machine there as sort of a reminder of what I was going to do or thinking about doing. I say my memory is they use the quantum chips, which is kind of impractical for us to do, but so you're getting circuits, gear wheels and things. You two need some extra inserters. Oh, hello. Oh, did I just say your name? Death, Katie Stan? Destin? Death. Can't get me tongue in, dear. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so we need to switch these to demand, don't we? So what's my ratios like? They're quite horrible. So one of those needs 4, 8, and 4. Crikey. Oh, I need to clear all that, don't I? So get rid of that. So we want to put level 1s in. What do they stack to? They stack to 50, don't they? So if we set that at just 100, set that one 100. Then in theory we've got the third one, and hopefully it doesn't use 2 ingredients. That might be a little tricky. So we want warpers, low as you can go. And then, am I putting 20 in these ones? 20, yeah. So I want 20 of them. And all of them. And you're making those available. I think it does actually use 2 ingredients, so that might be interesting. Now, it was 484, wasn't it? So if we make this 800, because it's 100, yeah. So it's 1600 there, and 800 there. The next one is 184, so we need 1600. Okay, so we need 800. I very much doubt I've got 800 of those. Right, so again, although I shouldn't be doing this, I'll just set it all to demand. Because it's going to be some of it somewhere. Oops, remote demand. Cool. so we might as well upgrade those machines while we wait. Missed one. Now. Oh. Well, I suppose I've left room. That's a point, actually. That one doesn't have an output. So there's an error already. That's that one there and that one there. So I guess there's room just about to put one in. But we don't need that to go all the way over there. Yeah, might take that one over. Okay, so if we did want to put another one in, that'd be fine. Now you're not going to be getting anything like the amount of resources you need, are you? These are going to need to be like level 3, I think. But I'll give it a go with 2. Yeah, that's nowhere near enough. Probably need a high level belt as well, actually, thinking about it. We're putting that much material in. Ah. Circuits aren't coping now, so we can boost that one up. Oh, why have I got... Right, so is everyone getting fed? So it's getting numbers, not enough gears. Oh, I didn't. I must have hit the wrong one by accident. Okay, it's level 3 now. Do we need high level belts still? It's all stable. It's always good when it sort of stabilises with not doing stuff, because it means it's filled the machine up. Yeah, I seem to be okay. What about you then? Yeah, nowhere near enough stuff coming in there. As expected. Still not enough graphene. Yeah, they both need to go higher. I bet watch this belt will just stop sending stuff, I think, because it's just there's no way there's enough of this stuff in the system. So you've got everything you need now. Yeah, it seems happy. Is it outputting okay? Looks like it. Cool. Cool. I bet there's a load of them in the chest as well. Let's grab them. And when I ripped it all apart a while back. Have we got any of them? I could put some of them in, but I like to keep a bit of stuff to hand. Oh, there we go. Yeah, loads of them. Let's grab it. Not sure why I've got all these empty chests there. Yeah, so things like this I won't stick back in the system. We'll just use them for personal use, but these I need to... I think I'll just leave the storage chest because I've got so many. And I don't really want to use them particularly anymore. Yeah, so we'll stick these back in here. So pop them in there. Oops. No. Wait. Okay, so that's recycling a few of them. Can I put them in the output for that one? That didn't seem to work. No, we'll just stick them in here then. So with it being 100, so I'm picking double each time so that I can just, when it's full, it's not going to work at the moment, but I can just right click and it will grab half of them. Obviously, as I say, it's not quite going to work properly because we've got far too many at the moment. But so I've done the same with these as well. So If I just do a quick right click, it gives me... Oh, it gives me... Oh, I had loads spare of those as well. So that's not... Eventually that will work properly. There you go. Oh, and obviously I've got a load left over as well. I don't really want one of them. Let's grab them. What's happened there? Got too many of them. Not got enough of them then. Yeah, it will work eventually, but it's like a massive overproduction. Right, so let's slap a bit of concrete on. What do we want? Want that one. This is manufacturing everything. Let's get this expanded up. Is that the right one? I'll make it look prettier later, but I just want to get this done because I've been saying I should do this. Oh, I wish you could pick it up. Like, in fact, can you? No. No. No, it didn't work, does it? Wish I could pick it up on Factorio, like Factorio. But then I'm gonna fill it all in eventually. It's gonna annoy me that for the time being. I want to get it under there. Hopefully the music's not too loud. It's all a bit weird. Weird fiddling about with it again. Right, so that's them set up. Now, the only sort of one that has like an expanding chain is that, you know, like an upgrading chain, I should say, is those now, really. I mean, that adds on to that one. So there's that. But I'm not actually sure I don't think I've even got these in the system. I wonder. I should really, because if I'm going to automate the production of oil refineries and oil extractors, I need them as well, don't I? Yeah, but what I'm thinking now is we sort of switch style in a sense, and instead of let's put it here for the moment. Where can I get you in? Don't we build there? No. Is that as close as I can get? I think so. Oh, let's not even put it down. What are you doing? What you doing, game? There. Thank you. Yeah, so it now switches. We now switch to a sort of, rather than upgrading along the chain, it's just we put the machines in to make the machines, basically. So if that's iron plate, stone brick, circuits, and whatever it calls them, magnets. Oh, excuse me. So I had to throw my dinner down. Really not doing well on this stream. Right, so those are all common-ish. There's three common. There's the iron plates, the circuits, and the magnets. But one also takes cogs, and one also takes stone brick. That adds in engines. So maybe we could do it backwards, but then do I want to bother putting water pumps in, or just hand make them? Probably. The oil extractor switches it up for steel and plasmas. I mean, those are identical, so we can put those two together. That adds in quantum chips. So they're all very similar ingredients, but not quite the same. We could make them on that chain as well. That's a whole complicated load of stuff. And them. Which if we also requested plasma exciters, then we need steel there, don't we? Let's see what we can sort of get away with. So, oh. In fact, did I put drones in there? I didn't put them in there though. Right. Cool. So if this is going to request up like the basic stuff, so and then what am I missing? What am I missing? Circuits. Like that. So then we can have... How do I want to arrange this? Because they're going to need outputs. So what are the core things that are the same? The plates, circuits and magnets. Okay, so if we put the plates, circuits and magnets down the middle, like that. Just make a bit of room. We know that there's at least one organic planet on the in the, you know, relatively close to us, so not entirely fussed about. Basically landfilling this entire planet. So you would need bricks, and then you would need circuits? No. Both want circuits. What's the difference thing now? Oh, it's the cogs, okay. So you need cogs. Like that. And then we obviously need to put it into a thing as well. Could I sneakily put some of these into these other ones? Not these ones. But we could potentially sort of have, you know, oh, I'm running out of them. Multiple of these. Can I make any? No, because we haven't got any titanium alloy. That's another thing. When I was flying around, it was very apparent we've basically got none of, because we haven't got any sulfuric acid, basically. It's just all sort of dried up. Partly because I've been exploiting the... I haven't added any exploitation on. So if you were to go like here... Oh, lack of item. Rather than, I thought it was saying it was too close. Because what I'm wondering, oops, is we could put another one along this side. How do I want to arrange this? In fact, how close can that be? Let me put it there. They have like circular exclusion zone, which makes sense because they are circular, but it's a bit confusing at times, I find. You see, because we could have whichever one it was, because you're requesting gears. Now, didn't one of these... Oh no, they don't use gears. So that uses gears. So we could have... probably a bit risky to put it so close, but... if this is making turbines, then I can have these two. Like going to this one. In fact, might be easier. Maybe I should work like this with these ones. Maybe that would make more sense. So these two output, excuse me, output that way. Because I got all of them. So it's got gears now. They're in the way, I can't see anything. So they both have to do that. And then this just wants all three, doesn't it? Oh. Gonna have to offset them, so let's just, oops, copy that out of the way for a minute. So let's offset it that way. And then put that in there, and there. A new one, the thing I've not been using yet, which is stone brick. I'll give you stone brick. And then put that there. And this goes out this way. We'll turn it into the little bunny hop version later on, but I'm just trying to plan it out at the moment. So basically this outputs to that one, that outputs to that one, that outputs to that one, and that one inputs there. So, is there something that will go in here? I think there's two somethings, aren't there? But this needs the... oh, it's unfortunate that that's that order. Could I swap it round? So maybe if this is that, and that's that, because this doesn't use those. No, it does. It doesn't use those. So that needs to be that way around. These use both, don't they? Yeah, all three rather. Yeah, so then we can have this one grabbing from there and there. And we've got an option here for something else. Now, what can fit into that gap? Oh, I hit the wrong key. There we go. What can fit into that gap? So, you see, I should make things like thermal power plants and stuff like that, but because that would fit quite well. Pumps I'd have to bring in, so I'm not sure I want them anyway. We haven't made the oil ones, but we would need both steel. Well, it's not bad because we've now got the circuits on this side, so they're nice and accessible for here because they have the stone brick. So we could add those on relatively simply. That would also need glass. And then that needs circuits. So I think that's a separate question, that one. Very sort of getting into exotic materials there. Okay. Is that the only thing that uses silicon? Raw silicon? Oh no. The ray receivers do. Okay. So what was a good candidate for that one? I've forgotten. Oh, it was the thermal power plants. Okay, so let's make thermal power plants in this little gap here. And you need excuse me, iron plate, which is the middle one. You need gears, which is not on this side. But you need stone brick. And the magnets. You don't need circuits for some reason. Okay. So this needs somehow. So I guess we could just have a second one there. With those. And then again. There. Oh, we're getting the mismatch there. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. Oh, I had to offset that one, didn't I? Oh well. Could I rearrange them to avoid that? Don't think I can because they on 3 need all 3. Yeah, they just have to be offset, I think. Right, so if you go there, you're the output. Okay, so that's thermal power plants, wind turbines, oh, is that a better candidate? Tesla towers. Maybe that's what I was thinking of putting in there. I think it was. I think it was. So if we put Tesla towers in, production. So if I put Tesla towers in, Tesla towers, and I can put it there because it needs magnets, iron plate, and that's it. So we could actually feed that directly as well. Feed that directly. Into one making these guys, and they need plasma exciters, so we could bring plasma exciters in here. Could we? Where are they? There they are, plasma exciters. So this one needs plasma exciters, an excited bit of plasma, which in theory might be sort of there-ish, but we actually probably want to move this down so that we can put the oil ones in. And you need to go across there, as well as output here. I don't know what priority system Dyson Sphere has on its production. Because Factorio does it like left to right, top to bottom. It's a preferential thing. Right, so we also need somewhere to put all of these things, of course. We'll worry about that later. So if I'm going to put the oil ones in, sort of, how am I getting power to these as well? That's what I've forgotten. I guess we could actually try and use some of them, but I've got like 5 frames. Oh, hello, Dr. Devil. How you doing? Welcome back. Hope your day's been doing okay. Yeah, I've got 1. I don't even think I'm making them anywhere. Trying to think. I don't think I'm making them at all. Why did I even want them? I've forgotten. Oh, it was to make the old substation. Oh, because I can't work out how to put power in. Right, so if we were to put one there and one there, is everything covered? I think so. Well, no, I mean on that side, obviously. In fact, actually, let's offset them so that we get everything on the outside as well. Why does that look like it's in the wrong place? Because it is, because it's offset. Okay. So why did I put that there? Yeah, so if this is the oil stuff, you're in the way. The old interstellar thingies. Right, so that doesn't want to be there, does it? That wants to be there. And we wouldn't have room for another exit if I did that. So how about... I mean, I should really be using the old substation equivalent, but... So this needs steel as well, doesn't it? Okay. So this would also need to bring in steel. No, I've got steel. I've got loads of steel. I think I'm massively overproducing steel, actually. So that one's not a problem. It's the... Oops. Say it's the... whatever it's called. Alloy one that I haven't got any of. So is it worth producing oil extractors in any sort of volume? I don't think it is really, is it? I can just hand make them basically. Yeah, let's do that. So we won't make them, but we will make refineries because you use quite a lot of them. And hand making them's a bit of a pain in the bum. So we do need steel. If I sort of put that over there, pick that one up, and then we can sort of work out. So what was this? This was a stone brick along the bottom. And then this is supposed to be the excited plasmas. And what are you going to make? So there was another thing that used them. Oh, but that, yeah, I'm deciding not to make those. So we've got the refinery. Is that it? Is that the only plasma exciter? I think it is. Yeah, so I hand make any water pumps that we need, and make any oil extractors that we need. What about chemical plants? We would also need to bring in glass. So I'm not going to make any more storage because I've got tons of them. Solar panels need, oops, silicon, that was an error. I mean, they also need glass, but then I might as well just hand make them as well. And that's a whole, whole mess of trouble, the particle colliders. Because none of those use particle accelerators. What about these things? Because we need to... I need to decide whether I'm either going to stick those in the logistics things where I've got them already, or we add them on here. I might as well just repurpose what I've got, because then I can put the thrusters into the logistics thing and we can use them there, you see. You know, I can just bring them over. We need to make those as well, and I should make some energy exchangers. I think I've confused myself. So we've got them. I'll hand make splitters. Satellite substations will just leave for whenever, because I'm not making any frame materials. Got thermal, but I haven't got any of them. But again, that's a whole different production chain. Accumulators I do need to make, but I think we'll make them as a separate system. I've not really played with the traffic monitors. And these things like rail ejectors, so we'll think about them later. So I could make labs. Labs would be useful, but not really, because I think we'll end up doing all of our science here. I'll just bring the, I'll make the cubes elsewhere and bring them in. So it's really chemical plants that we want. In fact, let's do a, that needs glass as well. So this would also need to bring in glass. Let's just plop down. You're back, sorry, I had to go forget. No problem, don't, I'm not, I'm more than happy, if people just want to watch, or whatever, or chat along, I'm more than happy to chat, or say you just want to watch, or use me as background, or all that sort of stuff. More than happy with all of those options. Don't feel you need to chat if you're not that so inclined, or you're busy. Right. So what other bits do I want to make? Let's just make some. Am I going to make matrix labs? No, I'm not. So we've got chemical. So we should make fractionators, but they have circuits on. In fact, let's do it. Let's put these somewhere else, so that we know we need to make them, but it's a separate thing. Just plop them down. So we need to make. Do we need to? Yeah, we need to make fractionators because they're way more power efficient than the old particles. So we would need to bring in processors if we did that. We do have another slot here. We could do processors, but we'll leave that for a second. Is that the only extra thing they need? Yes, it is. Apart from stone, which we've got in the separate one. Matrix labs I'm not going to make. Particle colliders, I think I'll just make them as I need them. It'll mean getting a whole load of stuff, but, Similarly with ray receivers. It's not efficient to handcraft them, but I'm not going mega scale, so I'm not too fussed. But we do need, what we need to make are solar panels. We also need to make these guys, but again, no frame things. Oh, they use them as well. Ah, okay. In that case, change your plan. We'll put so if we copy that one there to there, that one to there, and then you will be whatever it calls them, substations. Probably. That's a completely different set of ingredients, but probably bring them in with that one maybe, I don't know. Excuse me again. Really shouldn't have thrown me dinner down. Right, so we need to make accumulators. But again, it's another weird other ingredient. I should make fusion plants really, but no, we use them in so low volume. I won't mass produce them. I've got solar panels already. Is that everything? We've then got the whole chain, as I say. It's like launch silos. We need a few of those, but I say I don't know that mass producing them is really the way to go. You know, say I should really, but them I'm comfortable mass producing because it's not actually that complicated. When I set them up, I do a lot of them. Right, so it's really these guys that are left, isn't it? So it's that one. But say it's a completely separate chain, so really I need to think about them separately. Are you playing along? Are you playing as well? Cool. Whereabouts are you in the game? Are you sort of late game, or are you just doing a new, a new playthrough, or? I always find it quite an interesting question, that particularly for these big builder games, because some people, they sort of play through just one save, and that's their save, and that's their factory, and they, that's what they play on, for like 1,000 hours type of thing. Whereas I'm sort of more the other extreme, in that I tend to, as it were, finish the game. It's always open-ended, isn't it? But I finish the game to the extent that I'm happy, and then I move on to start a new save, basically. So are these the only things that I still want to make? Because we can add those on relatively simple. That's a completely different set of things, copper and da-da-da, which, that's not worth adding on to this. These guys, I've already put that on, haven't I? So I added that over here. So eventually we need to do them, but there again, it's a separate set of ingredients. Those guys we need to make quite a lot of, basically to support these, so it's part of this chain, really. I may do energy transfer with them, maybe not, I don't know. I'm never really sure whether the complexity of that is worth it. So let's go through them. So I've got Tesla towers, got power towers. We'll have them when frame materials are being made at some point. Got wind turbines. Got thermal power plants. Solar power plants are here. Solar panels rather are here, so they are one to do later. Accumulators are here, one to do later. Fusion power plants I'll just make when I need them. Energy exchangers I'll make when I need them. We've already done them. Splitters I'll hand make. Traffic monitors I still haven't got my head round. Storage, all three of them, I've got loads of them already. If I suddenly decide I need them, we'll sort that out, but the orbital collectors act as storage. Rail ejectors again, I'll just hand make when I need them. We need to do that chain. We've already got them. We've got mining machines, water pumps I'll make whenever, oil extractors I'll make whenever. Oil refineries, have I got them on there? I think I have. That's refineries, isn't it? Yeah, so we've got refineries. Vertical launch silos is a later thing. We haven't even got the quantum chips to make any green science, really, so that's once we've scaled up. Ray receivers we may do in volume, but probably not. And probably hand make. Those two we just done. The third one, we're not there yet. In the game, arc smelters, we've got them. Yeah, there they are. And the second one, eventually we may do that. Fractionators I've done, because when I set them up, when we finally get hydrogen flowing, we'll need loads of them. Chemical plants are here somewhere. Yeah, chemical plants. Matrix labs, I've decided not to do. Oops. Particle colliders, again, if I mass produce them, it's because I've scaled everything up to the degree that I can support them. Cool. These things, I should be making basically everything here already, with the exception of frame materials. These, the drone and stuff, I basically need to rework what I've already done so that it puts them into the logistics things so that I can use the reinforced thrusters to make these. And this is our next goal proper. Oh! Foundation. I need to make foundations. Right. Foundations. So. What is your foundation, sir? Right. So we seem to have kind of ended up with a bit of a gap here, because foundations... So if that's steel, that's got the steel I need for foundations, and that's got the stone brick. So that would be one to add on here. So how many things am I actually making though? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they only hold 8. Haha, brilliant. Brilliant. But then this is going somewhere else, isn't it? I think actually we will think about that as a... Basically I'll load those into a interstellar one and take them out or move them somewhere else when we do those. So what we need to do then... Oh, save successful. Can't remember. You can't remember where you're producing your colliders. Finish all the green research working on collecting the photons. Cool, cool. So end game basically. Right, so those are a later concern basically. So we'll go back to what we had before. In fact, let's do this way. And then if I copy that one, copy and paste. Oh, there's nothing on there. Oh, that needs to be foundations. Foundation. So what's that coming out? So that's, yeah, so that's a stone brick for all of them. So we still have a bit of a problem in that I've got 2 slots there, obviously 5 there, that's 7, not 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Can't really sacrifice it. I mean, these don't really need to be made in massive volume. I think we'll dump them all together. Because if I need them, I can hand make them. But I say really we need to switch to satellite substations, and they have long connection ranges. So I think we'll get rid of these altogether. Because then I can always request the things, or just take them out of a thing. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that then. So that simplifies things a bit further. So we want to copy that one. I pasted it, not copied it. Well done. So this needs to be Chemical Labs. And then that is now that. Excellent. Yeah, I one of my 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, one of my, I wouldn't call it. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but not sort of pet peeves with the game. You know what I mean when I say that. But something I'd like to see added, basically, is pins. So being able to put pins in the map. By which I mean you're on the map view and you can, like you've got the North and South Pole, you can add them on. And so you would be able to just have a button here, hit pin, and that would, you'll be able to put on what you've got. Because your problem, like with your colliders, you know, I mean, you may well be putting them in, you know, a chest or something like that. And you can colour code things. But putting down foundation is really expensive, particularly early game. But just being able to put a pin in and say, right, here's my colliders, sorted. Or, you know, this is my warp, warp production area, something like that. That'd be really useful. Like you can on Factorio, basically, where you can put a pin, you can put a thing on the map. They'd probably have to limit the number, because you could go bonkers and have, hundreds of the things. Which would be probably counterproductive, but in fact, might put them. Yeah, so that's something I'd love to see in the game. But we can move that all together, can't we? So basically, things in the way. Yeah, so we need to move this one sort of over here, basically. Because there's something else I need to take out of it, isn't there? I've forgotten what it is there. Was it glass? So we need to get steel. So we need to get a plasma. Why have I lined that up on that one? That's the one. Yeah. That one there. So it needs to be aligned on that one. Because this needs the old plasma exciters. Very exciting plasma. It also needs steel. Like that. Now you need steel and glass. Glass. That's too far away, isn't it? Yes, it is. Do you need... You don't... You need steel, you need steel, you need steel. But that's it. Okay, so we can put steel... Or I can bring steel out this way. I don't know which one it'd be. We might have to rearrange the order these are in again. Right, so we've got... That there. That there. That there. Now, this one is stone. And then steel is going to be on the other side. So actually, don't need these three. Because we'll bring steel out here. Steel out there. Why not? Or, well, wherever it ends up being. Because what do you need? You need circuits. Which one's circuits? Circuits is the bottom one, so that's wrong. That's not what we want. You don't need circuits. Do you need circuits? You need circuits, but you need steel and plasma exciters. It's only you that needs glass, isn't it? So, chemical labs need glass, but that's it. Do they need plasma exciters? No, they don't. So that needs glass. That needs the plasma exciters. In fact, let's put that in the middle. So that needs that one. That needs that one. They both need stone brick. In fact, all three of them need stone brick. So, do you need stone brick? No. Those are all done. So you need circuits, and you need circuits. Everything else is coming out of the other areas. So, get rid of that. Get the old steel, the wheels of steel in there. What are we bringing up? Oh, that's cogs, isn't it? Wait, didn't somebody else need cogs? Or did I get rid of that? I think I got rid of it. So we can drop that off there. Have you got... You've got 5 slots and you've got 2 slots. Okay. So if we put these two So let's turn these into shorter bunny hop ones. What are you doing? What are you doing? There. Will you go down? Now there's a question. What's happened there? It's because I'm across the whatever you call it, meridian lines or whatever. It's all gone a bit weird. Is that seriously as short as you'll do me? Well, that's annoying. I think I'll be able to take it one further back than that. There we go. Now why wouldn't you do that? Because it deletes both bits when I take that thing out. That's annoying. Oh well. So I do that. Excuse me. Do that. Now you're gonna do it? Yeah, there we go. See, it wasn't that game. It wasn't that difficult game. So put them in there. Oh. Didn't line up anyway. Let's just take it over there. Stick it in. Oh, what I should probably do is swap one of these out so that it's, you know, going the other way as it were, but whatever. So instead, this is going to be arc reactors, or whatever they're called. Arc smelters. And Tesla towers. Nice to have map markers. Yeah, so it's sort of my... I bet there's probably a mod. Somebody's done it already, but... so that's my sort of personal request, as it were, that I would want to see. Not that they're really taking feedback, but... why is that not connected? Just plot one in for the time being then. Right, so we need to connect both of you up to what you need, and then we need to work out what needs what. You need outputs, you lot, don't you? If I put that there, is that going to work? Maybe. Will you let me put things on there? Yeah. Awesome sauce. Right. Oops there. Put that up. Do I really need that to be there? How far off is the power? I'll put it there. Looks good. Right, so... Okay. So rather than try and fit all this into the exact right place, I think we'll oh, the difficult. I've not got any warper slots, have I? I do that. Shoot. I guess I could feed them in, because this has got warpers. So I could just belt them across. I think it lets you do that still. They did tweak some of that stuff. Yeah, let's do that then. And hopefully it'll be happy. Oh, these are in the way now. Let's put them over here somewhere. Right, so this is going to hold, oops, smelters and miners and whatever they're called, wind turbines. No, it isn't going to hold smelters. I've already got smelters. What a fool. It's going to hold oil refineries and chemical labs and foundations. Excellent. You're going to play ball and let me do the bunny hop? Yep. Yep. Don't know why I call it a bunny hop. It's just short of it. In fact, let's do it there so that I can still get the other one underneath. If for some reason I need to. No. Got to take that one out. Now. And there. Okay. Now I need to get you all in. Let's put that in there. No. Not in there. No, go in the middle one. Go in the middle one. No. No, 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 no. In there. And it needs some power. Have the warpers gone in? Yes, they have. Excellent. I wasn't sure they hadn't taken that out of the game, actually. And this one should have warpers in as well. Oops. Okay, let's do that. Bit spaghetti, but that's fine. Right, so how many of each then? So, and what we're doing? So we want. What do they stack to? They stack to 50, I think, don't they? In fact, let's go and get some. Going to have to tear about 90% of my home base to restructure how my resources come in. Yeah, it's I don't know if you've played through before, but certainly on my first playthrough. In fact, how am I doing on cubes and stuff? I paused mine because I'm doing buffs. And basically, I am making green cubes, but like at such a small volume, it's almost comically small. In fact, did I even? I'm not sure that chest isn't basically set to 0, but you see, like 4 of them are running, because I'm just not making any. Well, not making anything really. But these have all finished now, haven't they? So let's restart the buffs. But green isn't being used, but obviously if I start demanding all the other materials, then that's robbing Peter to pay Paul, because it's a similar sort of thing. But when I first played through, I attempted to do, because I'm basically a sort of Factorio is my favourite game like ever, and you know I played through and basically had a sort of a Factorio style mindset to it. And so I attempted to do a bus. Oh, I got millions of them. That's not very good. I attempted to do a bus, and in my opinion, obviously that's entirely my opinion, but I don't think this game suits a bus at all. And that's kind of why they've given you... Have I not got any... Okay. That's kind of why they've given you the interstellar things, and that they are unlocked quite early. You know, it's not that long before you can actually unlock them. Oh, I've still got loads of hydrogen as well. Okay. What are you? You're... Oh, I don't need the oil extractors. Yeah, that's why they've given you those, I think, and made them relatively early, because they're not in... They don't want you doing that sort of thing. Obviously, you can play the game any way you want, sort of thing, but I attempted to do a bus, and it was just horrendous. It was just like the most complicated spaghetti mess. Well, it wasn't spaghetti, obviously, because it was a bus, but I both tried it like vertically and horizontally, and it was just a nightmare. What am I trying to do? Put the oil extractors away, and then grab... No, still can't carry oil then. What can I get rid of? I don't need those frame materials then. In fact, I'm not sure why I've got them, because I didn't think I was making them anyway. Still can't hold them all. Let's put the hydrogen somewhere, in case I want to grab that later. Ray transmission efficiency, lovely jubbly. After them. We've also had some runaway production at some point. But yeah, so I had a similar thing basically. When I eventually realised that the planetary logistics was the way to do things, particularly because I basically ran out of... What did I run out of? I think I ran out of iron on my home planet, and it was like, well, how do I get more iron then? And it was like, oh, I'm supposed to smelt it locally and move it to where I need it using these guys. So effectively these kind of... Because they're essentially the same as the drone, network in Factorio, or that sort of thing. So I say that's kind of what they're intending. But I didn't have a clue. I didn't know that's what you were supposed to do at all. Sorry, what do those stack to? I shouldn't have done that. Those stack to 30. Wow, I don't think I can set it lower than... Can I? Okay. And then those stack to 50. I've put that on 100, but I've got a million of them. And that's all... Oh, have I got any of them? But the chemical plants I can put in, those... Oh, I did it again. Those stack to 30 again. So again, I haven't actually got the ability to do that. And that stacks to 1,000, doesn't it? So we could put that at... And I want loads of it, because I want to be terraforming my planets, basically. So if we stick it all the way up at 5,000... Right, where are the... Oh, they're there. So smelters. They stack to 50, don't they? So put that on 100. Teslas, they stack to 100, do they? We'll go and see. I'll about to have loads of them. So we've got... can I do that? Yeah. Got 2 set? Blimey. Wait, aren't I making thermal power plants somewhere? That's what I got rid of. That's fine. I mean, I've got 157 of them already, so don't think I need any more really. And then grab them. Oh, space again. Let's just put the drones away for the time being. Oh, I could put the warpers away, and I could get rid of some of lots of rubbish. So stack of them already. Let's just round that stack off. You off. Already got one of them. Don't need all of them. Don't need all of that. All of that. Round that off. Where's gears? Gears. Got them. Magnets and stuff. I mean, this is from where I had like a manufacturing hub on the go, and then I was like, but it's putting things in storage boxes, and if I'm going to other planets and exploiting them, then I'm going to have to manually ferry it about. So I was like, oh, well, I might as well rework it to use the interstellars now then. So, the things I'm looking to put in these storage ones are them. So we'll just leave... What I could do, I could stick these in an interstellar thing anyway. You know, rather than have them in chests. That would make a lot more sense. Can I grab all of them back? I can. Okay. Right then, where are we? So, we need to put these away. And all that. Cool. So let's grab a thousand of them. Don't need them. I'll carry around my usual couple of stacks of them. Oh, I didn't reset that. So that needs to be on 200 then. What are we missing? Oh, I haven't done solar panels, have I? Tesla laddies. Tesla laddies, there we go. So we put that on 200. Grab them back. Of them. Okay, how are we doing? So we need to put bots in. So 20 of them. And that. And now, what are the demand numbers going to be like? I think we'll just set it to 1,000 of everything. Yeah, I'll do. So I can't be bothered to add it all up. No. In fact, I should set the remote one first, because then the remote drones will launch first. Cool. And you need drones, don't you? Everyone needs drones. And then this is supply, but this is... Yeah, these are all supply. And they've got warpers, cool. So these are a mix. So this needs to be supply and supply, but then those are demand. So if we put those on 1,000, we'll see then if we've got plasma exciters being made anywhere, which I very much doubt. But we shall see. 20 of them. So this needs to be demand, demand. Excuse me. No, that's supply. I don't know about you, but that didn't do anything. Which suggests to me I'm not making plasma exciters anywhere. Why are you not? Oh, you wouldn't be going in because it's absolutely rammed full already. Same with them. Okay. Yeah. So I'm building a hub planet that is ready to send and receive resources and process them. Then I can start tearing apart my home planet. We'll just build only. Yeah, I mean that's very similar to. I'm not going to go quite as far as having an entire hub planet, but it's a really good idea, I think, to do something like that. What I think I'm gonna do is, rather than I'm probably going to mine, the ore and send it to, because I got, as you do with every star system, you've got a planet with like lots in quotes, obviously planets in latest other systems have loads of resources, but one that's got iron on it and one that's got copper on it. So we'll basically send those over to there. I'm going to process all of the organic stuff, so oil stuff here. And then carbon I need to decide on as well. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, so try and basically, because I already got loads of iron, motors and stuff being made on I think on the copper planet. I can't remember, but yeah, and then sort of exchange. I was I kept banging on about doing a hub and spoke system where these act as a hub and send the stuff between planets, and then it's the local ones that do all of the local production, and send it back to the things. The trouble with that is a lot of the recipes require loads and loads of ingredients, so you can't really do it. Right, so we need to bump you up. This is going to be tricky to work out, actually, because it sort of doesn't matter, because these are the things that I don't need any kind of real volume production. It's more making sure the thing's full, when I come and grab some, so that I have plenty of time to make stuff, basically. But everything uses lots of iron, so we'll pump up those at the very least. Alright with everything else? Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. So we'll bump up the iron, because that's a big one for everybody. They're also quite slow to make, a lot of these. Yeah, so we're not got any plasma exciters, have we? And that needs to go up, because that's long distance. Don't know whether that's a problem or not, really. Glass. Right, plasma exciters then. Very exciting plasma. So, am I really not making those anywhere? Guess not. Guess not. Okay, we'll just set up a little. In fact, let's have a look at me. The whole point of this stream originally, series, was to do blueprints, but I find the blueprint system, like permanent blueprints, to be a bit rubbish, bit of a pain. No, I didn't do them, did I? It's more useful if you use the copy and paste and use the use now function, but even that's a bit rubbish. Oh. And I just prefer the control shift. Sorry, shift left click, shift right click thing. Right, how are we doing on time? The hub planet is going to have lots of receivers, so I have lots of power and I can accumulate to send to other worlds. Cool, yeah. Is that, I mean, do you feel that's the best way of doing it then? I've still not really decided myself. I tend to be more like turn up and burn all the coal. It's not very good. But just so that I can get things up and running. But yeah, because the power ones, when they're charged, they do hold quite a lot of power, don't they? Can't remember how much they are. 900 kilowatts. And they accumulate 270 megajoules. That's a lot of power, actually. Because effectively, they can discharge the equivalent of 3 turbines. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. It's worth moving around, really. I never really looked at the numbers properly. Right, so I think we're okay with all that now. I didn't grab any miners back, did I? So I should grab some miners so that I've at least got some. No. But everything else I think I'm happy with. Yeah. We'll go and make some plasma exciters somewhere then. We should make them close to... Excuse me. We'll make them close to prisms. And here we go. This is why I want pins, because I haven't a clue where I'm making prisms. Prisms, prisms, prisms. Oh, there's some there. Okay, let's go and chuck something over there. In fact, probably stick it in one of these gaps, basically. Because I've got loads of prisms, I know that. Where was areas? So far generating most power with solar cells. Yeah, I think I am actually as well. I think I'm at that stage as well. Let's have a look at the power plant. Oh, I hate these charts. It doesn't tell you, does it? Doesn't break it down for you. No, I don't know. They tell me on here, I think. So 88 megawatts of capacity. Obviously, it's not. I haven't got warpers in, lenses in the thing. So 88 of 190. Yeah, so it's about half of my power, I think. Is the solar cells. I've only got one solar thing on. It's because they're. I mean, I'm obviously doing the researches to extend the life, but because they're not permanent, I only wanted to do the one ring and see if I could get away with it, basically. In my first playthrough I had 4 rings on the go, and that's why I ran out of iron, basically, because it was all going into the solar cells before I'd worked out how to do the Dyson Sphere. Because I don't know if you know, but once you do the Dyson Sphere, basically that absorbs the... I can't think of a better word, but it basically takes the solar cells on board, and they don't have they're basically then permanent. You don't actually have to. I'm only going to make a handful of plasma exciters, but you don't have to like replenish them once they're in the sphere. Because effectively the Dyson Sphere is a framework for solar cells, basically. It does also generate power. I was trying to line that up and I've forgotten what line it's on. From the actual, like the frames, solar, the Dyson frames as well. I copied and pasted when I shouldn't have. So we chuck all of them in. So we want order up. In fact, we could probably do it. No. We want to have prisms and magnets. How many of these am I going to make? It's not going to be a lot, is it? How long do they take? So they only take 2 seconds each. So I don't know, maybe 4 of them? I think they do get used to something else later on, but I can't remember what. Right, so if we've got, say, them coming out of there. Them coming out of there. And then put those there. And feed them back in there. Okay, you're going to make plasma exciters. So very excited. And then extend that out a bit. I put that about the wrong way around, didn't I? What an idiot. Two, three, four. You gonna power everything if I put you there? No, not if I don't click properly. Awesome. Okay, so we want. What's the ratios? The ratios are 4 and 2. So we want, say. I've forgotten which was which. Those make exciters. 4 of them. So put that on, say 4,000, 2,000, and then this is our plasma exciters, which is 1,000. Alright? 142, yeah. Okay. So you need to supply, you demand, you do. Awesome. Yeah, so I don't know, you know, if it's your first time through or your multiple games through, but basically the end game bit is confusing. You're talking about doing the photons. Basically, I'm sure you know this, but just, you know, I guess just in case anyone watching doesn't. But basically you have to use the ray receivers. They have a second mode. Can I click on that from here? No, okay. They have a second mode, which you have to unlock with the technology. I think I've done that actually. Might not have done. But that photon generation, you basically flip them to that. So effectively, you can actually finish the game without actually building a Dyson Sphere. It's one of the slight quirks to it, because you would need quite a say, and this is what I was doing when in my first playthrough. I've lost the part. I've made them and then lost them. There we go. I was basically using the solar sails, the power from them, to make the photon, you know, it's basically antimatter, but the photon pair thing, and, you know, getting the white cubes that way. And essentially I did actually build the Dyson Sphere, because it takes ages, unless you've sort of scaled up. But basically I finished the game and kind of realised, because you can get the power out the solar sails, you don't technically need the Dyson Sphere. However, the Dyson Sphere is massively more efficient, and the solar sails, because they have that lifetime, you're basically not really worth doing them very long term. Why are you moaning about? Oh, you haven't got enough stuff, have you? Is that everything you need? Are you happy now? Nope, still not fast enough. Still not fast enough, eh? Right. So yeah, a slight quirk to the thing is you sort of technically... Oh, this belt needs to go up now. Brilliant. You don't need a Dyson Sphere. You know, you should build one, because it's more efficient, and as I say, like me, you burn through your entire solar system's worth of materials if you don't. Does that belt need to go up again, or is that going to be okay? Because it's quite a lot, but it's a long build. 2 seconds sort of thing, so it should be okay. Yeah, okay. Right, so now we're producing them, and they're obviously being whisked away to our thing. You got pole collecting, yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, the unipolar magnets, yeah. They're hugely useful. You can also get them on your neutron star as well. I think I've just flown past where I need to be. So you should have a neutron star and a black hole, and both of those have the unipolar magnets. But yeah, they're very, very useful then, but obviously very, very limited supply. Because that gets you your arc, your level 2 arc smelter as well. Right, so I guess we should plop down a bit of the old concrete, since I'm doing that now. And we want that one. No, we don't. We want that one. And so I've gone across one of the major lines, so it's not gonna. Oh, why you be like this game? Lines. Right. There. Oh, I've gone across 2 of them actually then. Crikey. That's not very convenient. Bit it. Bit it. What are you moaning? Oh, lack of item, okay. Well, it just so happens I'm making thousands of them. Let's do something like that. Cool. I need to tidy it up and stuff, but yeah. You're moaning about not having stuff on your steel. Where's your steel coming from there? What about you? No, you're just all out, but aren't you? Yeah, and you've not got stone brick and stuff. Is that better? No, you're still not happy? Hello? Anyone else doing a complaint? It's because you're full. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so say basically you should have in close proximity both your black hole and they're usually close together in my experience, and your neutron star, and both have the unipolar magnets, but they're your only sources of those. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. I mean, there's usually a couple of million. they're not rare. Right, we've missed a bit of info there, haven't we? Why are you making Oh, I guess it just makes it, even if you've already put stuff down, it makes that noise, basically. Okay. Why are you so slow? Because you're just getting them in, like, you need loads of them. Loads more than that. More steel. Not quite sure why I'm pandering to this, because it's very low usage item. Cool. Okay, so happy with all that. The next thing then is the whole chain of planetary logistics, interstellar logistics, and orbital collectors. No way we're going to get those done today. We would also need to do the accumulators, which I should also make, properly anyway, because I may well give that a go, the moving the accumulators around between planets. But yeah, we need to do those. We've also got the other sort of odds and sods bits. But what we'll do, there's only about, I normally stream 5 till 7 on the Monday. And what we can do in the last 10 minutes is, if I can find them, sort out the... Is that it? Oh, there it is. Sort out the bits and pieces for that I've already sort of been making. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So basically, I am already making, these things, and including them, but they're going into chests basically, which is not really ideal. Are there any gaps in these? So there's one gap, but nobody's requesting warpers, are they? Then warpers are right here. So we could belt them over. You see, because I do have a thingy, energy exchanger, but I was just using it because you need them for the hydrogen ones. Now, could I, and if so, how, rework this? Because I don't need them for, or do I? They don't need thrusters. No, because oddly, even though you make the reinforced thrusters and thrusters, your actual rockets don't use them. They use those instead, which they're like solar cells and... Yeah, okay. So the only things that use thrusters, I believe, are these guys, orbital collectors. So what we could do is set up a... I could just rework this, put things in a couple of these guys, because I don't really have slots as such, but it's fine. But what I can do is I can turn that into a belt basically and send them in there, and then I could turn... Ooh, crikey. I've gone a bit mad with the old spaghetti here, but we could stick that in there and have that in there. So we could basically have these guys, logistics vessels in there, and we can have drones in there. Have I got any room, or is this going to explode my inventory? Yeah, okay. So if we output, excuse me, there, go up a level, and then go in that slot there, like that. So avoid too many diagonals here. So then, I have to upgrade all of this, but there's no problem with that. Right, so you're making them. I'm interested to know what it actually does, but we want quite a lot of them. Or do we? Because there's only 10 per thing. So if I do like 100, that's sort of 2. You know. Oh, they stack to 50 though. And I want to carry around a couple of hundred. Yeah, let's make it say 400. Yeah. How many have I got? 100. Because they have thrust... No, they don't have thrusters. You're going to have to get the thrusters out somehow. I guess I could put them out here. Anyway, do that in a minute. So we get rid of that. And then... belt there. Oops. Belt there. I'll put that. Cool. And then how many of them do I want? I want loads of them. Because they stack to 100, and I usually carry sort of 400 around, so 800 maybe? Crikey. And how many have we got here? We've got... Whoops. Let's just do black and like that. Like that. Like that. Okay. Now then. You lot need another thingy, don't you? I think what I do, I think I make the collectors somewhere else. Either that or I need to landfill all of this and give myself a bit more space to build. But that feels like a next episode, a next stream type problem, or a between streams type problem. No decoration. Yeah, I think I will build them here because you might as well build them together. But we're going to need a lot more room, so just make a bit of space here. I think what I'll do. What do the orbital collectors have? Oh, right, so it's thrusters as well. Have I got them anywhere? No. I must have just like handmade 5 of them or whatever. It's your... yeah. I mean that's the big problem. The titanium alloy, I've got basically 0 of that. Yeah, so what we'll do instead, so we don't want these going into chests. Yeah, so instead I'll have this. How do I want to do that? So if I take it round like that, and that one there, but not in that position. In fact, if I get rid of that power, let's snake that around. If that one, no, it's just leave it like that. Right. So I can put that power in there. And then we'll need another one here. Right? Be better if they were lined up. So at least pretend to be symmetrical about it. Right. So this then, no, is the output there. And that's the output there. And now thrusters. So I need to take that out, even having just put it in. In fact, those all appear to be powered, so I don't really need it at all. A bit like that out there. That out on there. They're powered as well, cool. So. Yeah. So we'll put an interstellar here if we can. How close will you let me put that? Very close. Superb. So this one's going to hold This is that classic thing of they only stack to 10, don't they? You know, a chest has got 1,000 chests in it. How does that work exactly? So, thrusters. How many of those does it use? $20, so it's a lot. Okay. Does it make sense putting those in? No, it doesn't, does it? If I'm making them here, I don't really want to do that. What I want to do is just deliver them by belt. Because we'll make them over here somewhere. So this will make those guys. Oh, it's 7 o'clock, okay. This will make those guys. So I can have a belt coming out with them. But I can also then request these. Thank you, autosave. Much appreciated. So I can request them. Thrusters I'm going to deliver by belt. And then accumulators we could either make locally, and I can put in here. Oh, because they need to be full, don't they? So I would be requesting... Oh, that's interesting. They're separate items, of course, aren't they? So either I'm going to request up... So basically the international... orbital collector ones will be there. Whoops. But literally, there's a minimum that I can get away with. That needs to be fair. Those need to be fairly high because it's quite a large volume. So, well, say fairly high. That's tiny, isn't it? But it's either going to be the uncharged ones that I then charge here and feed in directly, or it's going to be the charged ones because I'm making them somewhere else. You know, and I fly them over. Cool. Okay, so that's sort of the plan. I'll probably do that off stream, I would imagine, and upgrade all of this. I'm going to try and push through. I will probably also do, I say, the aim, because there's this big update coming on January the 20th, which I don't think is going to knacker this save file, but it might do. I don't think it will. So, but we'll give us some stuff to play with as well. Hopefully, extra things. But basically, I'll sort of, now that I'm making the things I need to ramp up production, that's what I'll focus on. So I won't do any of the interesting stuff. But like all of my, you know, ore patches and stuff, I'll get more of them exploited. I might well work on the whole hub and spoke, you know, system as well. Get it more sensibly set up, so that things are kind of moving about more logically, more concentrated way of doing it maybe. Might do that, but I'll probably just focus on exploiting the resources and getting them processed. So yeah, so that's it for today. Let's try out this screen again. So where's my schedule screen? There we go. So this is my schedule, my weekly schedule. On Fridays and Mondays, I stream Dyson Sphere Program. On Saturday and Sunday, I stream Factorio. It'll be exactly the same next week. There's no changes coming. I may not do the Blueprint series though. I might switch. I'm switching between a couple of series. One where I try and build sort of aesthetic, so pretty Factorio builds, and the other where I'm working on blueprints. I got a bit obsessed with that today. As work, so I kind of got sidelined, and I've kind of done a load of stuff that I should have done on stream, which is a bit naughty of me really, but I find it so much fun building the blueprints in Factorio. It's why it's so disappointing that Dyson Sphere Program blueprints are a bit rubbish, because I really enjoy making blueprints in Factorio. I wish they'd copied it much more closely, that system. I mean, I get it. It's difficult with the meridian lines and all that sort of stuff. It's a very difficult problem to solve, but I just find them a bit rubbish in this game. I suppose at least it's got them, unlike Satisfactory. Yeah, Satisfactory is on hiatus still. I'll work on how I do aluminium off stream for when that comes back, but say that, yeah, the focus at the moment is Dyson Sphere Program and Factorio. If you are wanting to find me or catch up any of this on the series in particular, I'm on Twitch, obviously. You can follow on there, and then on YouTube, I'm Trismagisters again, but it is alias to Triggles. So when you find the channel, it will be called Triggles because that's a bit easier to say, I think. I should really have 2 channels, but there is already a Triggles on YouTube because it's kind of my personal channel as well. And then Twitter as well, if you wanted to follow. I basically post when I'm going live. That's pretty much all I do on Twitter. The occasional liking a cat meme as well, but I'm not massively active on Twitter. Yeah, so that's me. If you've been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it today, and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismagistus. This has been Dyson Sphere Program. Thanks for watching. Cheers.